Elliott went from being an unknown car salesman to one of the most well-known figures in the sales training industry. But behind the motivational speeches and aggressive tactics was a man whose own life contradicted everything he preached, and whose methods would eventually turn him into one of the most mocked figures on the internet.
Go look at your paycheck. It's not at least $100 grand a month. You got work to do.
Andy Elliott wasn't always the loud, aggressive sales trainer you see screaming on social media today. At age 18, Andy took a humble job at a car dealership and became obsessed with studying sales. He developed an aggressive, high-pressure sales style that prioritized closing deals above everything else. By age 20, he had his first six-figure year. Over the next 2 decades, he claimed to be earning between $700,000 and $800,000 annually as a car salesman. But what Andy doesn't talk about in his motivational speeches is where those peak earning years came from and what he was willing to do to make that money. Between 2014 and 2019, Andy Elliott worked at Big Red dealerships in Norman, Oklahoma, serving as a trainer, manager, and eventually general manager. Big Red wasn't just selling cars, it was running one of the largest automotive fraud schemes in Oklahoma history. The operation was sophisticated and predatory. Big Red targeted customers with poor credit, people who were desperate for transportation and had limited options. Behind the scenes, they were committing massive fraud. The scheme involved creating fake down payments called King Cash, which was fabricated cash that didn't actually exist but was reported to lenders. They forged customer signatures on checks. They falsified trade-in documentation to deceive banks into approving loans that should never have been approved. And Andy Elliott wasn't just aware of these crimes, he actively participated in them. In November 2021, the 3 owners of Big Red dealerships went on trial for wire fraud, forgery, and identity theft, and their star witness was Andy Elliott. Andy had been offered a deal: testify against your former bosses, admit to everything you did, and we'll give you complete immunity from prosecution. Andy took the deal. Under oath, Andy admitted to participating in the entire criminal enterprise. When asked if he was involved in manipulating customers and employees, Andy testified, "I was a part of that." He admitted that employees were instructed to forge customer signatures. He confirmed that the dealership's entire success was built on fraudulent misrepresentations. When asked directly if their success was based on lies, Andy simply answered, "Yeah." Andy admitted to bank fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, bribery, and making false statements to 22 different banks. All 3 Big Red executives were convicted and sent to federal prison. Andy Elliott walked away with complete immunity. No charges, no prison time, no consequences. While Andy was participating in fraud at Big Red, he was also building his side business, training other dealerships in his sales methods. Think about that. Andy was teaching other dealerships how to sell cars using techniques he developed while actively committing fraud. In 2019, right around the time the Big Red investigation was heating up, Andy and his wife sold their house for $1 million and invested everything into the Elliott Group, Andy's sales training company based in Scottsdale, Arizona. The timing is suspicious. Andy left Big Red just before everything came crashing down, launched his own company, and then 2 years later testified against his former employers in exchange for immunity. The Elliott Group became a massive success. Andy discovered that social media was the perfect platform for his personality. He started posting videos of himself giving intense motivational speeches.
When me and my wife are on fire, I kill everybody. When me and her are going through our shit, I'm a dick. I gotta keep that home life on point.
Demonstrating sales techniques and living a luxury lifestyle complete with expensive cars, designer clothes, and a massive house. His content was polarizing. Andy would scream into the camera, lead aggressive training sessions, make trainees do push-ups while he yelled at them, and promote an ultra-masculine alpha mentality. Videos like these that would blow up on social media.
Let's go. Here we go, guys. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Everybody say wake up! Wake up! You know how you're gonna fix your mindset? 2 things. When you go in the gym and work out and you take care of yourself, just do cardio, bro. Swear you'll be on fire.
Andy's YouTube channel grew to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. His Instagram and TikTok accounts exploded. He was everywhere, constantly posting content, constantly selling his programs, and constantly showing off his success. But he never mentioned his criminal past. As his wealth grew, so did his ego. Andy started making claims about his success that didn't add up. He claimed the Elliott Group was generating $100 million in revenue, then $160 million. The numbers kept growing, but there was never any independent verification. Independent estimates put Andy's net worth somewhere between $5 million and $12 million. Certainly successful, but nowhere near the massive figures he implied. Andy's content became increasingly aggressive. He would mock people for being poor, call them weak, and suggest that anyone who wasn't successful was simply lazy. His toxic masculinity was on full display. He constantly talked about being alpha, dominating others, and never showing weakness. Then Andy's videos started going viral for all the wrong reasons. What had once seemed motivational now looked ridiculous and cringe-worthy to a wider audience. TikTok and Twitter users started mocking Andy's over-the-top style, creating parody videos and memes. His aggressive screaming and bizarre training methods became jokes. Clips of Andy berating employees during training sessions were shared millions of times, not as inspiration, but as comedy.
1,000! Hey, bro, you a salesman? No, I'm a warrior. How you doing today? I'm Russ Richardson. Pleasure to meet you. Appreciate you coming out today. You don't understand how much I appreciate your time today.
Jeez.
What can we help you with?
I was just looking at some cars today, man.
Looking to look at some cars, well, you came to the right place, and I'm going to make sure this is the greatest experience you've ever had. Follow me.
Andy's response was to double down. He posted videos calling his critics broke, lazy, and jealous. This only made things worse, confirming what people already thought. Andy was an arrogant bully. The real turning point came when automotive industry commentators started digging into Andy's background and discovered his testimony in the Big Red trial. The full court transcripts were publicly available, showing in black and white Andy's admission to years of criminal activity. The revelations were explosive. Here was a man making millions teaching sales ethics and success who had admitted under oath to bank fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, and forgery. A man who had only avoided prison by testifying against his co-conspirators. In 2024, former employees and partners started speaking out. A business partner publicly accused the Elliott Group of breaching contracts and using high-pressure tactics to force deals. Former team members claimed Andy encourages his employees to lie, pressure, and manipulate dealers and salespeople into giving money for his programs, the same tactics he admitted to using during his criminal years at Big Red, now being used to sell training courses. The pattern was clear. Andy had taken the same aggressive, manipulative tactics he used while committing fraud and packaged them as legitimate sales training. He was literally profiting by teaching others the methods that had sent his former bosses to federal prison. By 2024, Andy Elliott's reputation was permanently damaged. His social media comments were flooded with people mentioning Big Red, asking about his immunity deal, and questioning whether his methods were ethical.
See, all he cares about is the incentive that he wants to win this month. Some of them legit did not want to do business with us because of Andy Elliott. Andy knew nothing. His confidence level, you see him online as a super big motivational speaker. He's super confident in everything. And I had a very different version of Andy on.
Andy's response was to ignore it. He didn't address his criminal past. He didn't apologize or explain. He just kept posting motivational videos and selling training programs, hoping people wouldn't notice or care. But people did notice, and they did care. Every video he posted was now viewed through the lens of his criminal past. The man who preached about integrity in sales had admitted under oath to systematic fraud. The trainer who talked about building trust with customers had participated in schemes that targeted vulnerable people. His follower count remained stable, but his engagement dropped. The comments that were once filled with praise now contained critics calling out his criminal history. His credibility was permanently damaged. Today, Andy Elliott continues to run the Elliott Group and post content. He still has followers, and his training programs still attract customers who either don't know about his past or don't care. But his reputation is permanently tarnished. He's gone from being seen as a motivational success story to a controversial figure whose criminal past contradicts everything he claims to teach. He's become a meme, a cautionary tale about fake gurus and toxic masculinity. Andy Elliott's story is about consequences, or rather, the lack of them. He admitted to serious federal crimes that sent his co-conspirators to prison. He participated in fraud that harmed vulnerable customers and defrauded 22 banks. And his punishment? Complete immunity and a multi-million-dollar training empire.